Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here to do from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading for Cancer for January 2019. So Cancer, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you on board. And for the new people on board, thank you. I hope I bring the messages that you need to hear. High Priestess coming out there, so a lot of people need to be aware of their intuition for the month of January. Making sure you're listening to that. Okay, if you want a personal reading from me or you do want to donate to the channel, please refer to the box underneath. All the information you need is below. Okay, Cancer, what's up for you in January? Queen of Swords coming out here. Now, this can mean you're dealing with an air sign. Or it could be that you're in the energy of this Queen of Swords in the month of January. Now, the Queen of Swords is a woman that carries her sword high because she's not really sure if she's going to use it or not. She's ready to speak a truth, but she's also ready to cut people out of her life if she doesn't think that they suit what she wants to have them in her life for. She's very, very articulate, ready to speak her mind, somewhat logical. Sometimes she can be a little bitchy and a little cutting with her tongue because she doesn't always know how to present herself in the right light. So that could be someone you're dealing with or how you're feeling in the month of January. Now, I have a King of Wands coming out here. Now, the King of Wands, or the King of Rods as it's known in the Hanson Roberts deck, he's a man who is a leader in his field. He's intelligent, he's smart, he's attractive, passionate, driven. He's a man who can often be a business owner. He is the man that comes out for me if you're working with trades, if you're meeting tradespeople. He always seems to come up for that. You know, people who have to physically do things but have to really have their head in the right space for that. He can also be a fire sign, a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. So you could be dealing with one of them too, or again it can be taking the energy on of the fire sign and going with the driving force. Six of Pentacles has actually come up a lot today for readings. I think there's a real drive to be very balanced in your life at the moment and making sure you have an equal give and take in everything you do. This can be about finances, especially after Christmas. Maybe you're doing it a little bit tough and you're trying to balance out your budget before you move forward. But this to me is more so about, you know, being loving and kind to people who are loving and kind to you. More that give and take energy. Making sure that your relationships are well balanced so they don't become toxic. We have the card of Strength coming out here now. So this talks about being at a place in your life where you are the strongest you've ever been. You're moving forward with a real intention here because you know who you are now. You've tamed your beasts inside. She handles the lion with a lot of affection here. So it's about knowing what your limits are. Okay, Four of Pentacles here. So this is about hanging on to something. Can be hanging on to money, but definitely can be hanging on to the past memories. Sometimes this is about hanging on to the way you think about things, your ideas, outmoded ideas, not moving with the times, being narrow-minded, being stubborn, any of those things. Okay, there's an offer coming in here from a water sign, most likely, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. The offer is coming from a knight, so it's coming in reasonably quickly, not very fast, but reasonably quickly. This could be an offer of something that you love, maybe an offer of a job or partnership here. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Swords coming in too. No, this is about... The Knight of Swords is a knight who comes in very, very swiftly, but his sword is held high. He's ready for battle. Generally, this can relate to something like, you know, coming in to speak a truth or make an apology, but definitely ready to lay words on the ground. Now, the thing is with the Knight of Swords, sometimes he has a bit of an aggressive energy here, which I feel like he does in this one. He's coming in very swiftly to say something. Maybe you haven't been returning his calls. Maybe you haven't responded to his texts or something, because he's a little agitated in this card. Okay, and then we have the Five of Cups. So again, looking at a couple of cards here which talk about like reliving the past, not refusing to let things go, refusing to find balance in your life, not being able to have an equal give and take in things. So for some of you here, this is about some relationship you've got here where there's no equal give and take. And I feel like it's not a healthy thing, because one or both of you here is living in the past and unable to let things go. So rehashing past hurts. You know, with this Knight of Swords here, this might be, you know, getting into sort of conflict where you're throwing up the past at each other, not being able to forgive and forget, that type of energy. Okay, so again we have a card calling for balance here. If you're currently in a relationship, this is about finding the balance in your relationship, or understanding. The Temperance card can be about divine timing. So for some of you, this could be about, you know, making a decision here around love and truth. Maybe saying to someone that this isn't working out for me and I'm ready to move on here, because there looks to me like a lot of reliving the past or living in the past, unable to let hurts go here. This is about being able to balance things out, understanding whether you know, why you don't have an equal give and take. This is really the prelude to a toxic relationship here. If you've just embarked on this relationship, it doesn't feel new to me, I've got to say. This looks like people passing backwards and forwards between love and truth. If you've just started out in a relationship, I'm pretty sure it's not a good relationship, not with this balance here. There's somebody's doing all the giving and someone's doing all the taking. It's quite harsh. Okay, so I have a Queen of Cups here. Now this can represent the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios here too. So if you are dealing with an air sign in your relationship, so a Libra, Aquarius or Gemini, you're in a toxic situation. I feel like as the water sign, you're putting in a lot of effort here, and the other person is very harsh and very cutting. Now, don't hold the star signs too close to you here, because this is just the energies. So it's definite to me, no matter which way I look at it here, that someone is very loving and kind and the other person is just taking and not giving back here. There's a lot of rehashing past stuff, like not letting things go, bringing things up when they should have been forgotten, that type of thing. And there's two cards here that say, you know, one person's investing all their time and energy and the other person is not and is taking, which doesn't make a good relationship. There is a call here to find strength in this relationship. If you want this to keep going, you have to find this balance, because at the moment this is very toxic and not a very healthy environment at all. But you have to find that balance here. Yeah, see? Here you're going to look for balance. This is about meditating, and you'll hear me talk about the sleep of the dead here. This is about you know, really finding what it is inside of you that wants to keep going with this. If this is you and the energies aren't flip-flopping, then this is up to you to, you know, take time out to really decide on how to move forward on this. It does not look really great at all. Now, if you're starting out in a brand new relationship and it's already has no balance, someone's doing all the taking, you know, I can hear this here, you know, dragging up the past here, not being able to let things go. That is really strong energy here. And you're being called by the universe to have some strength. And I think this is why they're asking you to take on this King of Wands energy and, you know, find your passion, really looking deep inside yourself to make some sort of move here, whether that's to work on healing here and healing here, or whether to, there's nothing really that says you're walking away. at this stage. So maybe there is some salvaging you can do, but at the moment it's not looking crash hot. Okay, see if you can get you an oracle card to go on that, Cancer. Sorry, that was a pretty harsh reading. I don't like so much doing those ones, but when there's a strong energy like that, it sort of makes me feel like I need to deliver the news. We don't like toxic relationships. You shouldn't be in relationships where you're investing all your time and energy and the other person's doing all the taking. So one would hope they're not flippy-flopping energies. If there's cross-watchers here, I'm not sure what's going on, which way round it is for you either. So, and even Spirit doesn't even want to give me a card to go. Oh, okay. I have the card of success here. So I don't know whether that's success in retrieving this relationship or whether it's success in moving forward. I'll leave that up to you. But definitely a need to have some balance here. Thanks, Cancer. That's your reading for January.